Hello, everyone. Now it's 6:17 p.m. in the evening. Excuse me for coughing. A little mucus in my throat. Well, last night was a scary night. I'm doing like a 10-minute brief little overview of how I had to spend yesterday and today. So yesterday morning I had the incident at that motel, and then what did I do later on? Somebody sent me something, sent me a little money to, I call it fake Walmart. And so I went over there and, picked up the funds and then, went to eat lunch and also bought me a couple of hygiene items. And then, excuse me, when I went to eat, um, it was a good sandwich and I had some, it was like a panini and some what was it? Red beans and rice. It was all really good. But I had a cantaloupe agua fresca and like a Mexican sweet bread for breakfast yesterday, and it was really good. But the cantaloupe agua fresca, you tasted hardly much of cantaloupe and all the sugar, all the sweet. But then for dinner, I mean, I didn't eat until later on, and then I had something like flatbread pizza kind of thing at Dave and Buster's, and it was the most pepperonis I ever seen in my life. And I had some pineapple juice, but I was afraid to eat so many pepperonis. I don't even like pepperoni anyway, but I had this weird fear about having like a medical emergency or having a health problem or something. So I didn't eat. I tried to not eat a lot of the pepperonis on the pizza. I took a lot of them off. And last night, the bus did not come for me to go to the safe place I tried to go to. And then, um, so my phone battery died all the way. And it was very low, but I didn't know that. Well, I guess anything below 10%, then I can't record anything on my phone. So I was surprised that fight, you know, um, that traumatized me. And when I put on the video on TikTok about the fight, I did not know that it was gonna blow up and kind of go viral nearly, but it got over 1,200 views and over 100 likes, and I got a lot of hate comments too. But the fake this morning, the fake Darnell Williams perp, he falsely reported that multiple times for I mean not misinformation, for shocking and graphic violence or and also harassment and bullying. So for me to expose and defend the victim, I mean, for me to defend the victim and expose what happened, how is that harassment and bullying? And they've had TikTok videos of kids getting into fights or adults doing inappropriate stuff to kids, and those videos don't get taken down, but they just saw that my video was getting a lot of attention that I didn't even realize was getting. And so then, I knew it was bogus that TikTok wrongfully, took down they wrongfully rejected my appeal, so I put it up again, and then they, you know, took it down again, and then it said account warning. So it was nobody but him that did that, because he been harassing me on YouTube and TikTok and falsely reporting everything and trying to get me wrongfully taken down while trolling and saying upsetting things. And he tried to make harassing comments insinuating that I deserve to get beat up by the perp with the smoothie king incident. I mean, the perp with the Smoothie King shirt on Friday, and then the Whitney perp from that apartment. He tried to insinuate that I deserve to get beat up by them or whatever. But so I mean, I was scared that my phone battery was low, and I felt really terrible that happened to that guy. Because the black guy took the white guy and just everything was cool and normal, and then all of a sudden he just punched the shit out of him unprovoked for no reason at all, and then started beating him up for nothing at all. And the reason why I didn't just straight up call the police, because well he said in the video that he didn't want me to call the police. I asked him because other incidents I've dealt with, when people get mad at me if I call the police or try to call the police, if they have like a medical emergency or an incident. So that's why I asked for permission to call the police, because I didn't want, for me to call the police against their consent, and they get mad at me or whatever. And I was shaking. So then I went to Dave and Buster's and they closed at midnight. It was super loud up in there. I couldn't be in there, but then I went to Melba's and stayed there up until 4 o'clock this morning. And then I ate super early breakfast, and I had an incident where there was an abusive narcissistic gang stalker demanded my ID when I try to get me something to drink or eat, and then try to charge my phone. And he was, I'm gonna mention later on YouTube more in detail. Excuse me. So my phone has been struggling to charge all day. Excuse me. So my YouTube revenue came. It was over $100, but I'm not gonna say the exact amount. And all I know is, when I try to call up that motel, that lady had I'm gonna tell on YouTube about what happened with that too. And so she made me mad enough to, cuss her. I didn't exactly cuss her out, but I called her a liar and I hung up in her face. And so I'm at a different hotel now, a hotel, and then the hotel costed nearly $90. But because I said that, I'm scared to go out in the east because, all the crime and the bad stuff. And then like by Loyola Avenue, lately I've been experiencing and eyewitnessing bad stuff at the bus stops by Loyola, close to Loyola and Tulane, or Loyola and Poitras, or wherever. So so like I just have like enough money for like the hotel room tonight, and then check out tomorrow, be back on the streets, and maybe have just enough for like another couple of meals. And I'm low on batteries for my MP3 player and my hypersensitive ears, so I have to get some more batteries. I have to get me some more batteries. But I don't know if I'll have enough money for dinner later on tomorrow, but I guess I have enough money for a couple of meals. So I pretty much had a rough day. But I'm gonna go into more detail on my YouTube channel, you know. So I had a rough past 3 days. No, four, because Friday I had real hell too. And I'm trying my best to not have a psychological, mental, or emotional breakdown, because I've been feeling bad anxiety and depression.